Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've ever looked at Khmer script, you know it's absolutely beautiful, right? But yeah, it's also highly complex. Characters are literally stacking on top of and below each other. It looks intimidating. But today, we're going to completely demystify the NiDA standard Khmer Unicode keyboard. We're turning that complex, multi-layered system into a logical landscape that you can easily master. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The keyboard landscape. 2. The magic of key J. 3. Unlocking the shift layer. And 4. Divination and lunar dates. Let's jump right in. Section 1. The keyboard landscape, specifically the base layer. So let's start right at the foundation. Where do the consonants and vowels actually live? Well, the NiDA standard is brilliantly designed to be phonetically intuitive, especially if you're already used to a standard English QWERTY keyboard. You can see how the visible keys directly map to the most common phonetic blocks in the Khmer language. For example, the English K key, that maps directly to the Khmer consonant ka. The A key maps to the A vowel. Hitting the S key gives you the consonant sa. It's definitely not just a random assortment of letters. There is a real phonetic logic mapping the primary sounds of Khmer right onto the keys you already know. And, that logic extends all the way up to the top of the board. Up on the number row, you get immediate access to the standard Khmer numerals, 1 through 0, mapped perfectly to the 1 through 0 keys. But my absolute favorite part here is the practicality. The official real currency symbol is baked right into that primary number row. You literally just hit the number 4 key and boom, there it is. Everything you need for basic data entry is right there on the ground floor. Moving on to Section 2, the magic of key J and stacking consonants. All right, now we reach the most unique mechanical feature of this entire system. This is the crucial linking mechanism for Khmer typography. See, Khmer is a complex script where consonants don't just politely sit side by side. They stack. They have subscripts, which are often called the feet or chung of the letters. So how do you do that on a flat keyboard? The NiDA keyboard solves this digital challenge brilliantly with a single powerful keystroke. The J key is your specific modifier used to create these subscripts. It acts like a master link. It basically tells your computer, hey, hold on, don't put the next letter next to this one. Tuck it right underneath. Let's actually see how this builds in practice. It's really just a simple 3-step rhythm. Step 1, you type your base consonant, let's say ka. Step 2, you press that magic J key. Now, you won't actually see a letter appear on your screen when you do this. Instead, you're placing an invisible structural block. Then, step 3, you type the next consonant, like another ka. Because of that J key you hit in the middle, the computer knows exactly what to do. It drops that second ka down and turns it into a subscript. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can string together complex phonetic sequences with just a few incredibly logical keystrokes. Just look at the sequence column: base consonant, J key modifier, subscript consonant. Whether you're stacking a simple double consonant, or maybe adding a subscript followed by a vowel, or even tucking a subscript right in the middle of a complex vowel structure, the J key is the glue holding the whole shebang together. It literally transforms a flat, linear keyboard into this amazing multi-dimensional typographical tool. Section 3. Unlocking the shift layer and getting to those extra keys. Okay, so with the ground floor totally mastered and our characters successfully stacking, let's take the elevator up to the second story of our keyboard house. Holding the shift key instantly transforms your base consonants and vowels into their secondary counterparts. Khmer has a vast alphabet, way more characters than there are physical keys sitting on your desk. So by holding shift, you unlock this whole second tier. A base consonant on the Q key suddenly becomes its phonetic sibling. A short vowel on the U key transforms into a long vowel the second you add shift. It effectively doubles the physical real estate of your keyboard in an instant. It's a real game changer. But it's not just about letters either. Shift is also your gateway to vital punctuation marks that give structure to the written language. For instance, if you look at the number 2 key on the top row, pressing it normally just gives you the numeral 2, but holding shift and pressing 2, that unlocks the repetition sign, which is an absolutely essential piece of grammar in Khmer used to show that the preceding word or phrase is duplicated. So the shift layer is really where the grammar of the language truly comes alive digitally. So let's recap. We have letters, numbers, stacked characters, vowels, and punctuation. You might be thinking we've covered the whole keyboard, right? Well, what happens when you need to type something beautifully traditional, something that predates modern computers by centuries? Section 4. Divination and lunar dates. We're opening up the cultural vault. It is time to open that hidden vault and look at the most surprising layer embedded deep within the NiDA standard: The really crucial point here is that this keyboard isn't just a tool for, modern business or casual chatting. It is a literal repository for cultural heritage. By holding down Control and Alt-GR at the exact same time, which, let's be honest, is a combination you'd rarely hit by accident, you bypass standard typography completely. You enter this highly specialized mode where the keys now generate ancient Khmer divination signs and complex traditional lunar date symbols. The architects of the standard intentionally carved out digital space for ancient tradition, which is just incredible. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. The NiDA standard does an incredible job of making a complex script mechanically logical. It uses phonetic mapping, the sheer genius of the J key, and a really well-organized shift layer. But the inclusion of that final, hidden layer is what makes it truly special. So how does embedding ancient divination and lunar signs into modern Unicode change the way we interact with digital culture today? It shows us that as we build these standard, highly efficient technical systems, we absolutely don't have to leave our oldest traditions behind. We can literally build them right into the very keystrokes of our future. Thanks so much for joining me on this tour of the NiDA standard keyboard. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.